Okay, this is going to be the best explanation I can do about my prototype board game, Shadows of Nippon. Up top, you have the corruption meter. And I made that out of red construction paper and Velcro, so you can easily peel off once you are complete. You will be using dice to move. Your start location is the Osaka Shrine. And every player has a sheet known as a hunter sheet. I do not have those right now because my printer had no ink. But instead, me and my dad used my description on my Google Sites with using these two quarters as like little token pieces. And basically, at the start, you'd have none of that corruption track there. And you will receive a case. Now, every case is meant to be a different case. And basically, which case you get is based off of a roll. Like, since there's 5 cases, 1 through 5, if you roll a 6, you get to choose. So, so ordinarily, if you get 5, you get to 5. Although so if you got, so if you get 1, you'd pull from 1. Now, I haven't written all of these down yet. I just did a quick and dirty playtest with my dad, and he seemed to have a fine time. He didn't have any problems. We didn't have any genuine issues. But this case specifically would be for the Oni. Now, you will receive information from various forms. At the bottom, it will tell you the yokai type and what type of yokai it is, as well as you will receive either a strength, a weakness, or lore. With this one, I went with strength, powerful muscles, yokai, Oni. And you start here, and your goal is to work down a case. You just need to complete one case. You do not have to complete all of these. I just made more because there's a lot of yokais, and I find that enjoyable. But basically, you have the main cities. You've got Hokkaido, Sendai, Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka. And each one has little side chutes. These are optional paths. Main paths is here. You land here, you pull from one of these cases. If you land on a shrine, you get to pull from the resource deck. Now, again, I don't really have all of them. But if you, say for example, you start in Shrine of the Osaka, which means you get 1 resource card for free. Now, this one is the Sakura Ribbon Charm. Protects user for 1 round. That is basically every time a player ends their turn, the monster's turn happens at the very end. Now, the monster at random will choose one of the players to receive a bit of either an attack, a debuff, or a curse. it all depends on the yokai. And since the first case would be Oni, it would be a physical-based injury or a physical-based attack. Now, in my mind, this would kind of run like a little bit of a D&D campaign. But instead of you actually having to really worry about certain things, the key way to win is to stop the corruption track from filling up. And that means you find out where the Oni is. And that means, for example, in case 1, you find out where the Oni is, when it is, and then go to that area, and then perform the rite to get rid of them. I will admit, I think the only bit of problem I had was finding Velcro. And of course, I don't have everything completed as much as I would like, but I had enough of it completed that Dad and I had a fine time when we did a quick test run. So yeah, that's my board. I'm happy with it, but I will be more happy with it when I actually have printer ink.